Welcome to SMR Bitesize. It's myth-busting day, guys. But before that, if you like what we're doing, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and of course, subscribe to the channel. Right, we'll get straight to it. Remember this?
This government will have integrity, professionalism, and accountability at every level. Trust is earned, and I will earn yours.
Well, today's the day we can officially bust our biggest myth yet. Namely that what he just said there was in any way whatsoever true. Yeah, and before we get to a couple of real nail-coffin interface moments, it's worth reminding you that, of course, this was the guy who re-employed quite possibly this country's worst ever Home Secretary just days after she was fired for breaking the ministerial code. But enough of that. Try and get your head around this. It's official. Just months into the job, Rishi Sunak has missed more PMQs than any previous Prime Minister, and by some considerable margin. Today, of course, he was celebrating the 75th birthday of an organisation he's determined to run into the ground, and next week he'll be at a NATO summit. And by next week, he'll have missed 19%, almost 1/5 of his opportunities to be accountable to Parliament. What's more, this comes just 24 hours after he was almost eaten alive by Chris Bryant at a liaison committee. And quite possibly without even realising it, Chris robustly demolished all 3 of those Downing Street steps pledges with all the precision of a Bond villain's laser through Sean Connery's privates. First, integrity.
Do you think UK businesses should still be trading in Russia at all?
I think UK businesses should be following all the sanctions legislation that we've put in place.
Do you think they should be trading in Russia at all, a year after the second invasion?
There may be particular circumstances in which some businesses are in the process of either divesting or where it's considered that it would actually be detrimental to our interests or hand over assets very cheaply to the Russians. But as I said, the job of business is to comply with the laws that we set.
So Mantrack, which owns Unitrack FZE, sold new diggers to Russia in April of this year, and you took £5 million from its owner. Is that right?
I said I'm not familiar with the specific company.
Next up, professionalism.
So the Privileges Committee has accused 7 MPs of trying to undermine and impugn its work. The Leader of the House has condemned this. Do you think that they should apologise to the House?
I haven't actually gone through the report yet, so...
You haven't read the report?
No, I haven't been through the report yet in detail. I've seen it being reported, and I've been very clear in the past that...
But you asked Zach Goldsmith to apologise?
Yes, because he's a minister.
So you have read it sufficiently to note that Zach Goldsmith should apologise?
Yes, I've read the findings report. I haven't read the report from cover to cover, no. But I have read the findings.
It's about 3 pages long.
Right, but I've seen the findings.
You know that Zach Goldsmith ought to apologise, but you haven't got an opinion about whether the other 7 should
because
apologise.
there's a difference between Zach Goldsmith's role as a minister, and I think that wasn't consistent with him being a minister, yes.
So you have read the report?
I have not read every page of the report. Okay. Sorry, which are you talking about? Which reports? Sorry.
And finally, back full circle to where we began. Accountability.
You didn't turn up for the Owen Paterson votes at all. That's right, isn't it?
I can't recall.
You didn't turn up for the Boris Johnson votes at all, did you?
No, I was at a charity dinner for Jewish care.
I think that's some cutting it fine, I would argue, since other members of Parliament who were at the same dinner with you and left after you did manage to get back for the vote.
I think, with greatest respect, I think their role and my role at the dinner probably slightly different.
You chose not to be there, didn't you? That's twice. On 2 rule-breaking moments, you chose not to be in Parliament. But yesterday, you opined on the rules of cricket. Take us through that.
I chose to fulfil my obligation to an incredible charity for whom that is one of their significant fundraising moments of the year. My presence there was something that they had asked for, and actually me being there and being able to thank their volunteers and donors was something that they appreciated.
Others were there. Wes Streeting was there as well. He managed to get back.
Again, with the greatest respect, I think his role and my role at that dinner were probably slightly different. I'm very happy to talk about the rules of cricket, as you mentioned.
Yeah, but not about rule breaking in Parliament. No.
If, like us here at SMR, you're sick of being taken for a mug, it's time you did something about it. And here's how. Conservatives. Incompetent, bellends, out of touch, utter disgrace, corrupt, lies, 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 economy wrecked, morally bankrupt, no plan, out of stock, botched, Brexit deal, total mess, culture wars, blaming others. Enough is enough. Vote tactically, and together we can get the Tories out. Go to tacticalvote.co.uk. With this year's National Rejoin March set for September the 23rd in London, why not kit yourself out ahead of the big day? You'll find everything you need and more courtesy of our friends at Stay European. All orders over £15 are delivered free, and here's the best bit. As an SMR Bitesize viewer, you'll get 10% off everything you order. Just enter the code at the checkout. And yep, there's a shop link in the description. If you enjoyed this video, visit 16millionrising.co.uk, where you can listen to this week's full radio show for free, support us with a donation, buy us a coffee, or subscribe as an early riser. Back tomorrow.